Yes, I'm Mark Brown, I play the saxophone.
I'm Ben Edwards, I play the trumpet.
I'm Mike Kiersey and I play trombone.
And we're the Atlantic Horns collectively.
My dad was a trumpet teacher, so it was forced on me very early, age 5. That's kind of how I started.
I remember watching Cracker Jack at the age of 10, and yeah, just seeing a guy called George Chisholm who was actually a fantastic trombone player, but also did a lot of kind of kids shows and so on, and just thinking the trombone's funny, and that was really what it was.
Wow. I realised I wanted to be a professional musician, I guess, when I started getting paid for it. And I thought, this is amazing. I've never had another job, really. So when I realised I could get paid for it, I was about 14. I started doing cocktail piano gigs in the local pub. And I thought, yeah, this is easy. I'll do this.
You had a cocktail piano in your local pub?
Well, there was a piano in the local restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Nice. With all the formal training, I started when I was 6. But there was always instruments in our house at home, so I started messing about, and then before that, I started having lessons at school when I was 6, and then went on to music college and university and did music.
I started around age 7 or 8 at school. We had a guy who used to come in, and at the time you got free music lessons at school, so went and saw him, and then went to a junior sort of music college up in London Saturday mornings. Went through sort of county bands, and it was all sort of orchestral, all classical stuff up to about the age of 18, 19, and then started sort of doing more commercial stuff, which I loved. Obviously moved more that way.
And the same story for me, really. A lot of sort of brass bands and stuff when I was at school, and youth orchestras, and then went to Guildhall, which is where Mark went as well. I did classical up to 18 as well, and then started doing jazz, which is too hard, so now I play pop.
I used to play the clarinet. My first interest was clarinet, and then sort of thought it wasn't very cool, so then persuaded my parents to buy me a saxophone when I got grade 8 on clarinet, and then got into jazz music really. And I went to music college to study jazz music, and then you make no money doing that, so we ended up playing pop music because you make more money that way.
Brass, like I said, because I'd seen it on TV, but also as a kid, as a young boy, like playing a brass instrument, it's a very physical kind of visceral thing. You can really put yourself into it and get this massive sound. It may be horrible at first, but it makes your whole body vibrate, and it's a very physical thing. For me, it was a great output. It was something to sort of channel myself through my teens, and still really, I guess.
I don't really remember making a choice. I guess it was kind of in my blood, and that's what I grew up with. And enjoyed it, so carried on.
We've been together for over 10 years now. We got together as the three of us on Bass and Jaxx in 2005.
Yeah.
I'd worked with Ben before, and Ben had worked with Mike before, separately, and then when we came together as a trio we were asked to join the Bass and Jaxx live band.
Yeah, I think it was 2005.
2005.
Or 4.
2005.
Bass and Jaxx. They'd had, I think, just a solo trumpet before, and then it was their sort of greatest hits tour, and they expanded the band, got all 3 of us in, and then we went through various comedy outfits, including spacesuits, kilts.
It was a crazy year because it was the year that Kylie Minogue went to headline Glastonbury, and she couldn't because she was ill. So Bass and Jaxx got boosted up, so they wanted to make the band bigger. One of the first gigs we ever did together was headline at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. And that's, sort of went on from there really. Yeah, so I grew up in the northeast of England, and started getting gigs quite young, and then there's a whole sort of workmen's club scene up there. So when I was 16, I started playing in a workmen's club band every weekend. So did that, and then the other musicians in the area, like, you should go on the cruises. So I did that for a bit, went on the cruise ships, and then came back, and then went off to university, and then actually moved to London to go to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. And then while I was there, not very many other people were gigging regularly, and I found that quite weird because I'd worked quite a lot previously to that, so I was always used to sort of doing gigs and getting paid for it, so I kind of continued in that vein. And then met other people like Ben at Music College, and we started doing a few gigs together, and gradually got to play with a few pop acts and stuff, and it just gradually took off, I think, bit by bit. Each gig got a higher profile, and eventually ended up here. Sort of, it was taking a long time, but the stadiums got bigger.
In terms of other artists, that's a really tricky one to answer. I've got very kind of eclectic tastes. I don't really listen to a lot of other sort of horn players. I mean, but my influences would be, jazz players like J.J. Johnson. Fred Wesley used to play trombone for James Brown. He's a massive influence. But in terms of sort of other groups, other musicians, obviously people like Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, sort of soul things, but really anything that's got sort of feel, integrity, vibe. It's very, very hard to pin it down, really.
It's probably leaning towards soul. I guess soul as a whole, really.
Is that an album?
Should be our first album.
Could be our next one.
There's loads of amazing old soul stuff that we're into. It's a great genre for brass lines and the kind of singers that we like. And I guess if I had to choose one, that would probably be. I wouldn't lose interest in.
There's a lot of flexibility in what the brass can do.
Yes.
As well, isn't there?
Prince, probably, and it's Too Late.
Stevie.
Prince and Stevie Wonder, sort of 70s, 80s funk and pop crossover stuff, I think. But best Earth, Wind and Fire, sort of those really.
Robbie Williams.
And Robbie Williams. And Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah, Huey Lewis, the 80s. Anything with loads of brass on, because that's what we do essentially.
Part of, and we've had this discussion many a time, I think we've got the best job in the world in that we can go out before a gig, go anywhere in the environment, no one knows who we are. We can go on stage, do our thing, which we love doing, get the buzz of the gig, experience the whole thing, and then walk out again afterwards, and we don't get recognised. And that's kind of the beauty of it. That isn't something that motivates any of us. I think really, we just all absolutely love what we do. We love playing with other fantastic musicians.
Yeah, especially in this band, everyone's an amazing musician. And it's great to be in such great company. That's what we've always done it for.
Yeah.
That's why you practice to get better, so you play with better people, and then we're in a place now where we're playing in one of the best bands in the world, hopefully.
Yeah, and you just get off on each other's playing. It's a sort of reciprocal thing.
I worked in Marks and Spencer's one Christmas, so I didn't really have a backup plan. I guess when I was about 14, I was quite into art as well, and I thought maybe I could be an architect, but then I realised you have to go to college for 7 years. And playing trumpet was more fun, so but I definitely didn't have a backup plan. For kids, you should.
Keep at it. First of all, make sure you're good at it. Don't be deluded and think you're going to make it, because you might not, but if you are, then you have to keep working at it. Every gig is an opportunity to meet someone, even if it's unpaid and rubbish seems bad. There might be someone brilliant on that gig who can, in the future, get you another gig. Always, build bridges, basically.